Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Wednesday, 19th August 2026 Aries. If there's something interesting that you've wanted to try, this is a great day for it. Adventure brings excitement, creative flow and energy which is essential to you. You're highly artistic. Continual stimulation is required to keep your psyche healthy. Experience something new today, even if it is a walk into a new place. You'll get the adrenaline that you need for sure. Taurus. With today's energy, you can take steps towards getting things in order, tackle desk drawers, closets, storage rooms, or filing cabinets. When you create order, you gain a sense of peace and personal control. Mental organization such as goal planning, brainstorming, or scheduling is also important. Ensure that you hold as many mental and physical corners possible. Gemini. Today's energy can have you feeling ready for anything. Given your more radical approach to things, you may want to keep in check. Humanitarianism is a great part of your being, so if the pursuit of something you want hurts others, it will be very contradicting. Think through your actions before following through, and ensure that you remain true to your ethical standards. Cancer. Today may be a good day for you to take a second shot at something that didn't work out the first time. Falling flat on your face can damage your self-esteem and confidence, but such things are part of life. By going back into the ring, you ensure that you build courage and perseverance. Leo. Your ability to find innovative approaches to things may serve you well today. Strong energy and mental accuracy could continue today and you'll find most things come easily. When approaching projects, take extra time to consider the possibilities. Try seeing things from every angle. You'll likely find far more choices than you originally thought were there. Virgo. It is long overdue that work has piled up. Today is the day to dig in, and this is especially so for things you weren't able to handle yesterday. Unfortunately, you have that added strength and mental acuity today. Things will go smoothly. Make the most of this energy, but not by pulling off anything. The power will go down if you procrastinate. Do what needs to be done so you could feel great once again. Libra. Don't worry about being productive today. You might still accomplish more than you have in a long time. The energy indicates that if you didn't do anything you wanted yesterday, you are sure to find it today. Dig in your heels and get going. Things will get done with the time to spare. Scorpio. Expect an added boost of physical energy today. It's an excellent day to clean out closets. Exercise like yoga or walking will be most enjoyable. It could also prove to be well worth your while to take a look at your goals. Where are you now at your stage in life, and what are the changes that need to be made? Your brain and body surely deserve these answers. Sagittarius. If certain projects or tasks have seemed difficult for you to finish, today's energy will give you that zip you need. The energy says that it will go well for you once you get started. It's a good time to meet with others to discuss business or other arrangements. Your increased communication and cooperative skills will make decisions far easier than usual. Capricorn, you might feel more energetic than you have in a long time. A powerful energy that increases your mental acuity and physical strength could really help you finish anything that is pending. If you have managed to accomplish so much already and you have time to spare, it's fine to help others with their load, but be sure to put yourself first. Aquarius, if there's something you've wanted to take on, today is the day to do so. There's an increase in physical energy. Dispose of any insecurity or lack of confidence that takes the step to tackle your goals. You have an innate ability to make sure judgment is what it's supposed to, and that you need to trust the process whenever it comes. Pisces, if you have been feeling sluggish lately, this will be a welcome day for you. You feel a surge in energy that greatly increases your creativity and physical strength. Seize that opportunity to be outside for sports or take a walk. Such things will direct your energy and give your mind a chance to clear up. Don't be surprised if you have more focus later. Make the most of this energy for sure. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Wednesday, 19th August 2026. Have yourself a wonderful day.
Hey there, family. Good morning, and thank you guys so much for always waking up with me each and every morning. But at this time, as usual, let's just go check in with the news team for our morning news highlights.
Good morning. Time now for the news. My name is Timothy Paulio. While the political rhetoric continues to heat up, the St. Lucia Labour Party is pointing to its record in office as the strongest response to criticism from the opposition United Workers' Party. At the 38th Annual General Meeting of the Castries East constituency on Sunday, August 16th, party officials highlighted progress made, addressed allegations of mismanagement and corruption, and outlined plans for the country's future.
When you say yes, you must understand that you cannot be selfish and believe you, it starts with you and it ends with you. So if any time I believe that I have disgraced my party or I have behaved in a way that will make my party pay, I will come to you and I will say bye, bye, bye.
The Castries East MP thanked constituents for their continued support and trust in his leadership, despite what he described as attacks from the opposition during his first term. Mr. Pierre vowed to continue upholding the law, respecting the institutions that govern the country's affairs, and demanding accountability whenever those institutions are breached. The family of the late Joy St. Omer is calling for an independent review of how domestic abuse cases are handled, urging the public to support a petition for a commission of inquiry.
My daughter Joy asked for help. She asked again and again. Joy left no stone unturned. She went to the police at Marigot. She went to the police at Ancillary, where she resided. She went to the police at Rodney Bay, where she worked. She went to the ministry responsible for gender relations. She went to the courts, both high and lower court, where a protection order was put in place for her. Under the law, an order like this is backed by the power of arrest. The police themselves have said publicly that the order was still in force the day that she died. When she believed that the order had been broken, she reported it. She went to the lower court and the high court. She also went to a lawyer to begin her divorce. She did everything that the law asked. On the morning of the day she died, she went to the police station one last time. Just days after the bail was granted, hours after, she made her final report to the police. Joy was killed while the protection order was still in place.
St. Omer says that 13 days before her daughter Joy died, Joy had written a letter expressing her concerns about the justice system and its handling of cases involving women with experiences similar to hers. Authorities are investigating a motor vehicle collision on the Vidwutai Highway that occurred on August 17th. Officers from the St. Lucia Fire Service responded to the scene at approximately 3:09 p.m., where a motorcycle and a pickup van had collided. Upon arrival, they found an adult male, the sole rider of the motorcycle, lying on the ground with a laceration to the back of his head and shoulder. He was treated at the scene and transported to a medical facility for further care. The driver of the van was unharmed and did not require treatment. The scene was later handed over to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force for investigation. The National Combined Schools Choir is expanding south, with auditions set to identify young musical talent and establish a southern unit as the choir moves toward its 5th anniversary. The move will create greater opportunities for young talent from both the north and the south to come together, while fostering a stronger appreciation for choir culture across St. Lucia.
We are going to the south on the 19th of August, which is Wednesday, and at 10 a.m. at the Beanfield Comprehensive Secondary School, we are having the first set of auditions for the Southern Division. And we are super excited about that. The students are excited about, getting counterparts from the South as well. So when the National Combined Schools Choir performs in the next few months, you are going to have a large cadre of people, not just from the North, but representing the South as well.
Beyond the choir, the official hopes to establish a national schools orchestra to complement choral performances and create another avenue for young musicians to develop their talents. The NCSC musical director believes these opportunities can help steer young people away from crime and violence while giving them positive outlets through which they can make meaningful contributions to the arts and to St. Lucia. That's the news. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please join us for our next news major at noon, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polio. Good morning.
Thank you, news team, for catching us up with those morning news highlights. Stay with us, family. But as a matter of fact, go tell a friend to tell a friend that your favorite show is on, and that's the DBS This Morning Show. We'll be back. So we are in the month of August, and August is actually considered Breastfeeding Awareness Month, and the theme is actually breastfeeding for a sustainable start in life, strengthening what works. And with me this morning is no stranger to the DBS family. She's been here quite a few times, but I brought her back specifically for this purpose because the month of awareness is Breastfeeding Awareness Month. And we do have Sherylann. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
It's always a pleasure having you here with us. Now, we're in the month of August, but before we even get down into the whole aspect of breastfeeding and why it is important, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Okay, so I'm a lactation certified breastfeeding specialist, and I assist new mothers with breastfeeding concerns. So whether it is issues with their supply, I'm trying to resolve any pains or anything associated with breastfeeding, I do that. As well as, I also have breastfeeding related products available for sale.
All right, and you also have the business Baby to Breast.
I do.
So what was the reason for the start of this business, Baby to Breast?
So when it came about, it was through my own personal experience. So 2020, I had my first son, had no idea what I was doing. And the very first time I got him on my breast, it was the worst pain I'd ever felt in my life. And to me, that just couldn't be right. So I went on a deep dive, and then I said, okay, I think this is what I wanted to do. And funny enough, I was baking before this.
You Now, in real life, is breastfeeding supposed to be painful? Is it supposed to be?
I mean, breastfeeding should not be painful because generally the body responds with pain to identify that something is not right.
Right.
But the misconception around it is that it's normal since so many people experience it, and then you just have to wait until it gets better.
Right.
But are we doing that with any other type of pain that we're experiencing?
That's a good question. I don't think so.
Exactly.
I don't think so. But what are some of the common misconceptions when it comes to breastfeeding? Because we're always, we're told that breast is best, right? And we should stick to breastfeeding as long as we possibly can. But then there comes times where the supply is low, or maybe it is that we're not eating right, or so. What are some of the misconceptions, and what can we do to help with the supply of milk?
So one of the biggest things is that a lot of mothers are of the belief that as soon as the baby comes out, they will be making an abundance of milk. So when they don't see that, then they start worrying that they cannot produce for their baby. And unfortunately, it doesn't stop with just the mothers. We have healthcare providers who are not necessarily able to properly guide those mothers. So it further makes it a bigger issue with regards to supply. So when they go from that tiny amount, and then maybe somebody's saying you're not making enough, so you need to give formula, and then once you get down the formula train, it's one of the hardest things to get back from. People who have had children may have experienced their nipples being squeezed in the hospital. Now, if you squeeze your nipples, nothing's gonna come out. But one thing I always tell my clients is that if you go squeezing, you may not see anything come out, but that doesn't mean it's not there. The best way to get it out is for the baby to suck it out. Likewise, if you go on a pump, you may not necessarily get anything, and if it comes out, it might get stuck on what we call the flange, the part that goes around the breast. So colostrum being the tiny amount, that's what you're going to get first, and then your supply starts to build based on the removal of that milk. So if you're not breastfeeding because you don't think you're making enough, then your body will see no need to give you any breast milk.
Right.
And this is where the cycle would start. So
Okay.
then your breast milk will go on to transition, changing in quantity, color, and
Yeah.
thickness.
Thickness, right.
And then as time goes, the longer you breastfeed, the more you'll see changes in your breast milk. And of course, the quantity will vary based on what's
So
going
is
on.
there a way to keep the supply healthy, if that is the word to describe it, where you produce a certain amount that the baby would need? Because of course, as you mentioned, diet is the biggest misconception, because they're always saying drink a lot of water because water. Is that a misconception, or is that an actual thing that assists with the production?
So it's hydration assists with your production, but not drinking a lot of water, because we can't drink a lot of water and it doesn't mean that our body is absorbing that water.
Correct.
So we need to stay hydrated, and it's not just about water. Any liquids that you take in contribute to your hydration, including fruits and vegetables that have a lot of liquid in there. Additionally, you want to ensure that your baby is effectively removing milk. So it's not just about their breastfeeding. If that baby is not effectively removing milk, meaning maybe they're not able to suck to move the milk well, so that would be in the case of babies that may have some other concerns going on, whether it's health
improper
or
latching
as well. Also, if you're not breastfeeding and you're not pumping, then again, breast milk is based on a demand and supply system.
Right.
So if there's no demand, why would there be a supply?
Which makes sense.
Right.
Okay, so which is why you feed on demand versus feeding like every 2 hours, as they would suggest in the house. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Now, you do offer some array of products here in relation to baby to breast, which is called Milk. Tell us a little bit about the products that you have.
Right. So as you know, most mothers do have to return to work. Unfortunately, we don't have that extended maternity leave. And so when they do go back, if they want to continue their breastfeeding journey, they will need to pump. So we do cover different pumps. I know the most common one now is the wearable ones go in your bra, but I don't generally supply those because they are the biggest culprit in dropping milk supplies. But I do carry different pumps at different times. Breast milk storage bags, bottles,
the pillows, I believe.
Yeah,
I think I saw
I
some
do
pillows.
have just a few pillows, baby wrap carriers, nipples, but then I always stick to certain nipples. So there is a specific shape that is more ideal for breastfeeding, and we're looking at gradual sloping and also slower flow nipples. That way it allows the baby to easily go between the breast and the bottle without sabotaging the breastfeeding relationship and keeping the bottle and breast accessible for a working mother.
Understood. Well, Sherylann, we are gonna have to head into a commercial break, but for your consultations, right, how can St. Lucia reach you to get your consultation services? So just give us your social media handles and your number so that the expecting mothers or those who just want information can reach out to you.
Okay, so if you want to make a purchase or book an appointment, you can reach me on 712-MILK, M-I-L-K, or that's 6455. You can send a WhatsApp, you can call. If you just want to access our social media accounts, there is Baby to Breast SLU. That is on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And for the products, it is on MILKED, Milked, on Instagram only.
Fantastic. St. Lucia, August is considered as Breastfeeding Awareness Month. So if you need information, if you're expecting, if you're having trouble with breastfeeding, latching, why it hurts, if you need supplies, you need items for breastfeeding, the person to see is Sherylann. So make sure you check her out. With that said, we are going to take a break, but stay with us, family. This is the DBS This Morning. excited for this segment because whenever I see Jazz, she's such a ball of sunshine. She's such a fun person. And I mean, I don't think St. Lucia is familiar with Jazz, but they may be familiar with the Hungry Pineapple or Private Chef Catering, but she is now retired.
Yes.
She has moved on into bigger, better things, which is Lucian Food Tour. So with me, I have Jasmine, and she is going to tell us all about Lucian Food Tours and what it is doing right here in St. Lucia because it has taken over Instagram. I'm seeing it everywhere. Awesome. So Jasmine, welcome to the DDS
Thank you so much for having me.
It's always a pleasure having you.
It makes me so happy to hear that you're seeing it all over Instagram. That's good. That means we're doing a good job.
You are. You're doing what you're supposed to do. For
Perfect.
Sure. Now tell us a little bit about yourself, and then let's dive into your newest baby, which is Lucian Food Tours.
Awesome. So I have spent my entire life, work life, I should say, in the hospitality and tourism industry. And how I got into Lucian Food Tours is really was a COVID baby. Remember that time we were just sitting in bed and
doing nothing.
Doing what? Nothing, watching YouTube, you know. And I saw these people doing a food tour somewhere else in the world, and I said, I could do that.
Right.
So that is how Lucian Food Tours really came about. It is a walking food tour. We do it in 2 locations. Of course, the beautiful Castries Market as well as the vibrant Rodney Bay Village. So it is a walking food tour where I take my guests to 5 different spots. We are going through these local establishments, learning about St. Lucia's history and culture through our food.
Beautiful. And of course, this is a passion for you because like you said, you've been in the hospitality department, so you are no stranger to food.
Not
and you always consider yourself to be a little foodie.
Absolutely.
But is there a little food background, a little history behind that, why you've decided to go that realm of Lucian Food Tours?
I can't really say. I just love food. I think anybody who knows me knows I love food. I love to eat. I love to cook. I grew up with both my parents being very heavy in the kitchen. I think we all know the original big chef. And my mom self can throw down in the kitchen too. So I grew up around good food and always eating nice things. So I want to share that also with my guests because St. Lucia offers a gorgeous melting pot of cultures, different cuisines, and in order for you to really learn about a place and experience it and really understand the history of that place, the best way to do so is through its food.
Agreed.
We learn so much by what people eat, how that got there, how it's prepared, the traditional ways and all that fun stuff. So for me, when I travel, a food tour is a must.
Is a must. I do agree. Now for the tourists or guests who visit St. Lucia, what are their reactions when you take them around to these specific places to try these different cuisines?
Of course. So like I mentioned, we go to about 5 different places. We're usually trying between 12 and I would say 20 different items depending on the location and the day, right? But our guests are definitely not leaving hungry.
For sure.
And they are always very excited because there must be something that they haven't tried before. They've never had lamb neck. They've never had bouillon with pigtail. They've never had even something like cocoa tea, something simple which is normal for us. They've never had our version of cocoa tea, which I like to say is like hot chocolate times 1,000, you know? So it's always a rewarding experience for them and also for me to just see them try new fruits that they've never tried before. Sugar apple, our akis, all these types of things. Even mangoes. They, a lot of the time, don't understand that we have so many varieties of mangoes. They only think there's one.
Right.
So it really is an educational experience for the entire family.
I love that. So, Jazz, for Lucian Food Tours, where do you see yourself and the brand, the business, in the next couple of years? What is the vision for Lucian Food Tours?
Well, I don't like to talk about things before they happen. You know, but I am manifesting to expand, show in different places on the island, but maybe bigger than that. We'll see.
Nice. Now, how can we support Lucian Food Tours? Are locals invited to Lucian?
Absolutely.
Food Tours?
I have had locals come on the tour. This is what they wanted to do for their birthday, which is so cool. I also work with other local tour guides that can do the tour. I'm not the only one that's doing the tour. And of course, please come on our Instagram, check out all the people that have had fun with us. LucianFoodTours.com, super easy, at Lucian Food Tours on Instagram and Facebook. You really can't miss us.
And there you go, doing and expanding things right here in St. Lucia, giving our locals and of course our foreigners a taste of St. Lucia. Lucian Food Tours with Jazz. Jazz, thank you so much for taking time out. I really do appreciate it. Now, I know you have to run and we do too because we have to take a break, but stay with us. We'll be back with This Morning Show right here on DBS, your number one leader.
Welcome to your Holistic Path to Wellness with Dr. Tanya Bobran. Hi, we're going to talk about gut health today. And did you know that almost 75% of your immune system lives in your gut? So if your gut health is compromised, it's not just your digestion that suffers. It can impact your brain, your heart, your lungs, your hormones, and your overall immunity. Think of the gut as mission control. It doesn't just break down the food that you eat, it sends and receives messages to the rest of your body. We call one of these things the gut-brain axis. Your gut and brain are connected by the longest nerve in the body called the vagus nerve, which is direct communication between the gut and the brain. This is why stress and anxiety can sometimes give you stomach issues, and poor gut health can influence your mood, your focus, and even your mental health. The gut immune axis, with almost 3/4 of your immune system housed in the lining of the gut, any imbalance from poor diet to stress to infections to exposure to toxins can weaken your defenses. It means